Upstate in the white uniforms and the green trim, and Kobe Stewart jumping in the center circle for Presbyterian in the blue uniforms. The crew chief, Keith Fogelman, will throw up the jump ball to get us started. Opening tap, and away we go here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. USC Upstate, the opening possession of the game. Team is trying to snap a 4-game losing skid, coming off a 95-76 loss on the road at Winthrop back on Saturday night.
This ought to be a game with a lot of action, a lot of motion offense being run by both the teams tonight.
And Braylon Garcia banks one in off the glass. He scores the game's first two. Now Presbyterian 8-9, 1-1 in the Big South, coming off a tough 2-point loss, 63-61 on Saturday in the loss at Gardner-Webb. So both teams trying to get back on track with a win here tonight. Stewart, open three. Rebound by Upstate and Britt Harris.
PC's having to adjust and not having their big man this year. He got hurt earlier in the season. That is Pierce, 6'10", so they're going to be without a post-up game, really.
Steal by PC and the basket on the lay-in by Carl Parrish, and we're tied at 2 apiece just a minute into the game. Upstate is 4-12, but 0-1 in Big South play. Garcia moving inside, floats it in again. Back-to-back buckets for Braylon Garcia. He has all 4 Upstate points.
Marty Richter said the key tonight for the Spartans have been they've got to play defense on the ball and create offense from their defense, and we'll see if they're going to be able to do that tonight.
Here's Stewart, 2-man game inside to Caleb Scott, misses, but Stewart's there to clean it up and put it in. Stewart averaging 14 a game, has his first 2 of the night. Tied at 4 apiece. Big rivalry game between these two clubs, separated by just a few miles here in the Palmetto State of South Carolina. Harris, that's a 3. Rims out on him, rebound Parrish for Presbyterian. And a steal by Garcia. Boy, he's been very active here in the opening parts of the game. Garcia goes inside, can't finish. And the rebound by PC, and Garcia is down. He is hurt. It's 5-on-4 for PC. In the corner, a 3 by Harvey is good. Jamahri Harvey rings the bell, puts in the 3. But Braylon Garcia is shaken up.
And again, 3.
Meanwhile, like Dick said, Mr. Dean, number 5 in white, checking in for USC Upstate. So here comes USC Upstate down 3. And you see the full court pressure put on by PC. Harris finds Book inside. He cross-courts it to Gregory. They're swinging around. Harris, open 3. Off the mark. He's 0 for 2 from long range. Rebound Scott for the Blue Hose.
And the Spartans probably will be attempting a lot of threes. They don't really have a true post-up player.
Out of bounds off of PC. Goes back to Upstate. Second turnover on the Blue Hose. Upstate trying to snap a 4-game losing skid. It has 4 wins this year, winning over Piedmont, Southern Wesleyan, Brevard. Big road win at Western Carolina. 4 wins, 12 defeats, 0-1 in the league, trying to bounce back and get a much-needed win here in conference play tonight. Dean, open 3. Rebound by Parrish for PC.
Again, both teams are playing a very aggressive, physical man-to-man defense.
And a turnover on Presbyterian. It's 3rd here in the first half. Numbers for Upstate, Harris to Book. Book, a nice little spin move at the baseline. They're swinging around. Here's Harris. He's 0 for 2 from 3 so far. Elects not to take one there. Goes to the mid-range game and knocks it in. Britt Harris, his first 2 points of the game.
Spartans are showing patience on offense, not just taking the first shot they can get, but working for the best shot they can get.
7-6 Blue Hose here with the early lead Here in the first 4 minutes of the game, Jamahri Harvey's three. That's off the mark, but Stewart's there for the rebound, and the putback is good. And Stewart has 2 baskets. He has 4 points.
Again, Stewart was the guy we were talking about pregame, the guy you got to watch out that he does a little bit of everything for this PC basketball team.
Gregory stopped, cross-courts it. Carmelo Atkins, his three is off the mark, and the rebound by Presbyterian. It's an Upstate team that only shoots 29% from three this year. Corey Mincy, short on the three, rebound by Dean for Upstate. Here's Gregory trying to create, goes inside. Oh, can't finish the banker, out of bounds. It goes back to Presbyterian. We get a timeout on the court. 15:06 to go in the opening half. Back and forth battle. Presbyterian on the road in the lead by 3. And the College of Charleston. What do you like about his teams?
I tell you what, they're well-coached teams. I like the way he takes care of the little things, the details that you need to win close ball games, but he's an excellent coach.
He says he feels this year's team is a group that has good chemistry and cohesiveness. He feels it's one of the best he's ever had at PC in terms of team chemistry and playing for one another.
Again, they've had to adapt. Their big man at 6'10" has a hip injury, out for the season, so they've had to change their style of play a little bit for the rest of the season without him.
That's Jonah Pierce you're talking about there. He's out with an ACL, so he won't be playing tonight. Turnover by Presbyterian, and it's 4th. And it goes back to Upstate. Upstate, 3 of 9 from the field, 33%. Presbyterian, 4 of 8, right at 50% here in the opening minutes of the first half. Andrew McConnell in the game for Upstate, along with Isaiah Skinner. Daniel Helterhoff also in there, along with Mr. Dean and Britt Harris.
McConnell is one of their best three-point shooters, shooting 50% from the floor. They'd like to get him in and get him going on offense.
Helterhoff is hacked on the arm. He's fouled by Jamahri Harvey of Presbyterian, his first, and Daniel Helterhoff will head to the line and shoot 2.
On the season, he is 75% from the line, shooting 6 out of 8. He is the 6'10" player for the Spartans from Germany.
First free throw is good. Yeah, Helterhoff, as he scores his first point, transfer from an NAIA school, Our Lady of the Lake in Texas.
You can see there he goes up strong, draws the foul, and knocks the first free throw down.
Second shot coming up for Daniel Helterhoff. Again, this team lost, Dick, 13 players from a year ago.
Again, this is starting from scratch, literally, when they put this team together this year.
And he's one of those new players out of the club, 13 new players on this year's team. Here's Harvey in the corner. Rims out the 3, rebound Helterhoff here for Upstate.
The amazing thing about this team, they did not have a single player on this roster that had any D1 experience going into the season. Yeah. So it has been on-the-job learning for the whole team.
McConnell inside and throws the ball the way out of bounds. Only the second turnover on Upstate, and it goes back to the Blue Hose. By the way, the Blue Hose, a very good three-point shooting team this year, shooting 37.1%, number 1 in the Big South. This year, the Blue Hose have had 9 games in which they shot 40% or better from 3 in a game. So keep an eye out for the sharp shooting attack here by PC.
Again, they're pretty much a guard-oriented team with the loss of their big man, though. So they're going to do a lot of things on the perimeter, look to take it to the basket.
Loose ball, steal by Upstate, turnover by Presbyterian, 2-on-1. McConnell can't finish. Rebound by Jalen Peterson in the game for the first time for PC.
And again, that's been a Achilles heel, is not being able to make the close inside shots. That cost the Spartans last game against Winthrop.
Jamahri Harvey reverses the lay-in. He scores. He has 5. The lead is 4 here for the Blue Hose. Inside pass. Johnson lays it in. Nice pass inside, and Chico Johnson has his first 2 of the game.
Nice backdoor cut in, and finding the open man resulted in an easy layup that time.
Blue Hose by 2. Petaway pass inside, nearly stolen by Skinner. It's out of bounds off of Skinner, stays with the Blue Hose.
PC trying to run the pick and roll that time. The pass was a little bit behind the cutting man, and the Spartans deflected it out of bounds.
Blue Hose last year went 14-19, 6-10 in the Big South. Lost to Montana in the first round of the CBI. This team lost its top 2 scorers from a year ago. Marquise Barnett, 14 points per game. Samaj Teal, 13 points per game. So 27 points per game lost for the top 2 scorers from last year. Step back jumper missed by Petaway. Rebound by Upstate. It wants to push. Transition reach-in foul called on the Blue Hose. It's on Iverson King, number 0 in blue. That's his first.
And again, the Spartans were trying to get offense from their defense that time, but got fouled before they had the opportunity.
Yeah, one thing that Upstate coach Marty Richter said before the game, he says, we must make Presbyterian play at our pace. We want to push the pace, make PC uncomfortable, and play at our style of play. Johnson, catch and shoot. 3
nice
goes
shot.
in. Chico Johnson, his second basket. He has 5 points. And Upstate back in the lead by 1.
You talk about tempo. Upstate's averaging 75.6 points a game, while PC on defense is only giving up 68. So they're wanting to go a little slower pace.
Petaway, contact, no call. They play on. Rebound by Atkins. Up ahead of the pack is Dean for the slam, but he missed it. Missed the bunny slam, and the rebound here to PC. 5 on 4. PC the other way. King on the baseline. Banks it in. That's a 4-point swing right there. Dean misses the jam, and then King capitalizes on the other end. Blue Hose back in the lead by 1. Garcia back in. Looks like the foot is okay. Goes to the turnaround and scores.
Nice back down then as he took his man to the block, and the jump hook was up and in good using the glass.
He took a spill at the beginning of the game. Looks like that foot's okay. He has 3 baskets. And Upstate back in the lead by 1. Here's Stewart. Catch and shoot. 3 goes in. Kobe Stewart shooting 36% from downtown this year.
And Stewart's off to a good start tonight for the Blue Hose.
Atkins, his 3. Off the mark. Rebound Dean for Upstate. Garcia rejected by Stewart and taken away here by the Blue Hose. Wilson got fouled. He'll head to the line and shoot 2 when we come back. Timeout of the court. 10:16 to go in the first half. Back and forth we go. The Blue Hose on the road in the lead by 2. Team needs to be able to play for 40 minutes. He says this team plays hard, but sometimes he says it loses its mind for about 8 to 10 minutes a game. He says this team must put pressure on the opponent.
Wilson at the free throw line for PC. It makes the first free throw. He's shooting 100% from the line on the season. That's 9 for 9 right now.
6'7" freshman from Miami knocks them both down. Nice job avoiding the broadcaster jinx there, Coach Cox. He's 10 for 10 at the line this year, 100%, as Dick said. 18-14, PC in the lead by 4. Gregory slips inside and lays it in.
Spartans are doing a good job on those back picks and backdoor cuts of getting the ball for the easy baskets. That's 2 tonight they've gotten so far off that.
That's Gregory's first 2 points of the game.
I wonder if Wilson played against Mr. Dean any down in Miami. They're both freshmen from Miami. If they ever cross paths down there.
Garcia finds Skinner. Oh, Brett had a long 3-point attempt. It bobbled out of his hands, and he throws it away out of bounds. Turnover number 3 on Upstate. This is an Upstate team that led Winthrop 67-66 on the road in his last game on Saturday. And Coach Richter said Winthrop then scored on his next 5 possessions, and Upstate went from being up 1 to being down 11 due to those 5 consecutive scores by Winthrop late in the game.
And they had 3 missed layups during that time, and Winthrop had 3 3-point shots during that time.
Here's Gregory slipping and falling. And diving on the floor is Tristan Wilson. Loose ball tie-up. No, it's taken away by PC. Numbers for the Blue Hose. And Parrish had it poked away out of bounds. It'll stay with PC underneath.
Getting good hustle then by PC getting the loose ball. I think the Spartans player thought it was going to roll to him. And the PC, you can see right here on the break, steps around, nice deflection, and ball knocked out of bounds without a foul on the play.
Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Scott, goes hard inside, crawls off the rim, rebound by Upstate. Here's Harris, trying to create, and finds Gregory. Gregory, that's a three, and it goes in. Kamani Gregory only shooting 27% from outside this year in his first three of the game, and the lead is up to 1 here for Upstate.
Gregory comes in the game tonight averaging 11.2 points a game and was able to knock down the big three.
And a near steal by Gregory, but Parrish got it back. Shot clock inside of 10. Shot clock at 5. Parrish trying to create. Has to put it up and misses the three. Rebound offensively by King. Out of bounds off of PC. Goes back to the Spartans.
You know, one big thing that Marty Richter said that they needed to force and get offense from defense, but they forced 4 turnovers but have only got 2 points off of those turnovers. They need to do a better job of being able to score after the turnover.
Marty Richter taking over for Dave Dickerson, who was the head coach here for 6 years. Coach Dickerson took an assistant coaching job at Ohio State. Move in Marty Richter in his first season coaching here at USC Upstate, trying to find a spark here tonight, trying to snap a 4-game losing skid. Atkins lost it, got it back, and puts it in.
Nice job of staying with the play. It got knocked away first time. He didn't let that bother him, got it back, and stuck it in the basket.
Upstate shooting 44% of the game. It leads here by 3. Harvey loses it. Good defense by Britt Harris. Turnover on Presbyterian number 6. So we get a timeout of the court. 7:21 to go in the first half. Upstate at home in a back-and-forth fun event in the mountains of Johnson City, Tennessee. You ever been?
No, I have not been to a game up there, though.
I've been once. I'm going
to tell you, the story of this game so far has been the job that the Upstate defense has done on Corey Mintz. He has 0 points. This was a guy University of South Carolina could not stop. Had 25 against him, but the Spartans have shut him out here early in the game.
Mr. Dean tips in his own miss, his first 2 of the game. Dean not starting tonight, but getting starter minutes here so far in the first half. Upstate has a lead of 5 here in the first half, 23-18. Reach-in foul called on Dean, and that's his first. Corey Mincy, scoreless so far, leading the team in scoring at 15 points per game. Made the Big South All-Freshman team last year, but he's got a goose egg so far here in the first half.
0 for 2 shooting, 0 for 1 from the three-point line. But this is a guy, like I said, he gave South Carolina fits back during the holidays when PC took South Carolina to the wire.
It's a Presbyterian team that won in Spartanburg against Wofford College earlier in the season on November the 13th. Also beat Youngstown State on November 22nd by 25 in that game. Slipping inside and scoring is Carl Parrish. That's his second basket of the night.
Parrish averaging 8.1 points a game, the 6'3 sophomore from Miami Gardens, Florida.
Pulls PC to within 3. Here's Harris, cut off, and behind the back pass to nobody, out of bounds. Turnover number 5 on Upstate. What do you make of PC's defense here the last couple of trips?
They're getting after it really well, though. That's the big thing. They're playing very aggressive on defense, playing physical. But Coach Marty Richter was not happy with that pass. That just was a no-look pass that went to nobody.
You saw head coach Quentin Farrell of Presbyterian. He said the keys for his team tonight, he said, rebound at a high level, get back on defense when Upstate's in transition, and he said his team must guard the ball well. His team has played well, but it's down 3 here in the opening half. Steal by Johnson, racing down the floor, all the way, misses the shot, but he's fouled. He'll head to the line and shoot 2.
Nice play then on defense, getting the steal, but you can see where he takes the ball strong. The basket got hacked over the arm and was unable to complete the play for the opportunity for the and one. He'll shoot 2 shots, and he is a 60% free throw shooter on the season. This is Chico Johnson. He's 6 out of 10 for the season.
First free throw good by Johnson. That's his 6th point of the game. He's a transfer from Drake, so he came over with Marty Richter, who spent a few years at Drake as an assistant coach. So Johnson, following his former assistant coach, now with him to Upstate, makes both free throws. He has 7 points, and now the lead is 5 for Upstate, matching its biggest lead of the game.
Spartans come in with full court pressure after the made free throw, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Caleb Scott lowers the shoulder, shakes off the defender, his first foul of the game, and it goes back to Upstate.
Good job then of Nick Book getting in there and establishing position. As you can see right here, he's set, and Scott dips his shoulder and ran into him. An obvious offensive foul.
Yeah, you dip the shoulder when the guy is set. That's going to be called every time, and it was right there. Here's McConnell running the point here for Upstate. Dean backs in on Stewart, puts it in.
Mr. Dean starting to feel it a little bit out there right now, picking up his intensity now.
And now Upstate again has its biggest lead of 7 here in the opening half of play. Got out to a somewhat slow start, but a much better time here the last few minutes. There's a blocking foul called on. They call it on Mr. Dean, and that's his 2nd of the game.
Again, that time the offensive player for PC was out of control, and Mr. Dean bailed him out by running into him there, though. It looked like he was going to fall and possibly turn the ball over, but he got bailed out on the foul call.
Under 5 minutes to go in the opening half. Mincy, he's been scoreless so far, and still scoreless. That's an offensive foul on Mincy, his first foul, and it goes back again to Upstate.
Again, great job defensively then by the Spartans of just really, you can see Mincy's totally frustrated right now. He can't get anything going on either end of the floor.
And some light full court pressure put on by PC. Upstate breaks it easily. And here's Carmani Gregory. Coach Richter said, Gregory, he's one of the guys that helps this team play successfully, helps the team win. Trying to snap a 4-game losing skid here tonight. 8 to shoot. Gregory, blocking foul called on Scott for PC, his 2nd of the game.
Again, Spartans are doing a good job of running their motion offense. They're not taking quick shots or being very patient and looking to try to get the really shot that they want to get.
The 5 on the floor for Upstate, Cloud in the home white, Gregory, McConnell, Johnson, Book, and Skinner. Upstate shooting 50% from the floor, 11 of 22. McConnell open 3, and down it goes. A 3 by McConnell, shooting 41% from deep this year.
Again, he is their top 3-point shooter on the team and knocks down the first one he took tonight. Maybe that's a sign of good things to come for the Spartans.
Double-digit lead here for Upstate. Its biggest lead of the night. Mincy trying to get on the board, and he does. He banks it in. It took him 16 minutes of game time to get on the board, but he has his first 2. Gregory stopped on the double team, finds Skinner. And back to Gregory, getting downhill. Left-hand layup is good.
Nice drive then by Gregory, taking the ball to the basket and finishing on the play.
Blocking foul called on Upstate. And we get a timeout on the court. 3:32 to go in the Opening half of play, Upstate with his biggest lead of Jamahri Harvey at the line here for Presbyterian, 6'5", senior from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Good free throw shooter, 85% for the year. And a rare miss.
And you gave him the jinx on the first one.
I sure did. Harvey, last year, 21 games played, 16 starts, averaged 8 points a game, averaging 7 points a game this year. And he goes 1 for 2.
Brock, one of the big things that I've noticed in this game, the Spartans now have gotten 11 points off of turnovers. PC's only got 2. They average 15.3 points a game off of turnovers. So that's one reason why their score, I think, is pretty low right now for them.
Yeah, Marty Richter has to like the way his team's playing so far. Here's Gregory inside, misses the banker. Offensive rebound by Book. McConnell's 3. Rims off. Rebound Mincy here for PC. Ooh. Mincy, nice move. Contact, no call. They play on, and he is down. He's hurt. He is on the floor. He's hurt. Peterson scores the lay-in, his first 2, but Corey Mincy is shaken up. There was contact. They said no call, played on, and he went down, and he is slow to get up. Let's hope he's okay.
Yes, he's had kind of a slow start tonight, but he is an excellent player, one of the better players in this conference. You can see right here he goes hard to the basket, and he just fell hard on his shoulder, maybe even hit his head on the court. His head looked like it bounced, but hopefully he's okay.
And it looked like Isaiah Skinner had legal guarding position, went straight up, and he did bump Mincy, and Mincy went down. Looks like he's going to be okay eventually. Going to sit this one out and try and regroup. Here comes the full court press by the Blue Hose.
Got that ball inbounds just in time. Book came up to be the release man to help him get it in before the 5-second count.
Book, quick spin on the baseline, banks it in.
Nice move by the Spartans freshman right there. Spinning and taking the ball to the basket strong and laid it up for 2.
And that's his first 2 of the game. 2.5 to go here in the first half. Here's Stewart, catch and shoot. 3 goes in. Oh, he's shooting threes. He wears the number 3. He has 2 threes here on the night. He's in double figures, 10 points. Upstate by 6. Here's Johnson. He's been active in the first half. He goes up and can't finish the basket, and the rebound by PC. Numbers for the Blue Hose. Parrish. Cut off. Harvey steps into a 3, and down it goes. A 3 by Harvey is second of the night. And a timeout taken by Marty Richter and USC Upstate.
Again, Coach Richter not happy that time that's 2.
7 of the last 8 matchups coming into tonight.
And again, 3 of these games have been by 1 possession or less, and 2 of them have been by 2 possessions. So it's usually a barn burner when these 2 teams get together.
PC was down 10, now cuts it down to 3 here late in the first half. Johnson looking for the backdoor pass, intercepted by Presbyterian. 6 turnovers on Upstate. And then PC throws it away. That's now 10 of the Blue Hose.
Well, that's one thing. There was lack of communication then, that Johnson thought that Gregory was going backdoor because he cut that way, but he stopped. And if you ain't going to make that cut, go on through.
Under 90 seconds to go in the opening half of play. Here's Garcia back in the game with a nimble foot right now. Here's Johnson, that's a long 2. Book it. Chico Johnson nails it from deep.
Going to need to keep an eye on Garcia's knee. That ever since that fall early in the game, I don't think he's been 100%.
Good tonight defense by Atkins. It's out of bounds and stays with PC. And what do you make of the Upstate defense here tonight?
I think they're playing well. They're really getting after it. They're talking on the screens, doing a good job of fighting through the screens. They're switching when they need to. But I think their defense, I think Coach Richter, with maybe a few exceptions where they got 2 wide open threes to cut the lead, I think they have played really good defense here in the first half.
Petaway back in the game. He finds Peterson down low. Nice step through. Can't finish. Rebound Garcia for Upstate. Under a minute to go in the opening half. Gregory slips it inside to Garcia. And really had to work for it, but he lays it in.
Nice move then by Garcia, getting body positioning. The big 6'6" forward was able to finish the play.
Timeout Presbyterian, the use it or lose it timeout. 30.7 to go in the opening half. And Presbyterian has made a few shots here of late
and get the ball to him.
So about a 4.5 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock as we wind down half number one. PC out of the timeout, regroups, and can, for the most part, hold for the last shot of the first half. Here's Corey Mincy. He was shaken up earlier. He's back in the game. Running the point. He's had to really labor for his points here tonight. Only 2 points here in the first half.
Again, that's been a big story in the game so far, that Mincy has not really taken over. We knew Stewart, who just got that basket, would do his thing, but Mincy has not been able to get the points.
Gregory got fouled with 1.6 to go. He got fouled by Corey Mincy. That's his second. That's a big foul on Mincy, getting his second. Gregory goes to the line for the, is it 2 shots or is it 1 and 1?
It's 1 and 1. That was the 17th foul, so they called a break there. But he's a 78% free throw shooter. He's 24 for 31 on the season.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was in the act of shooting or not. It is the front end of the 1 and 1. It's missed. Rebound by PC. Harvey chucks it from deep, and that's the end of the first half of play.
So this is your typical USC Upstate PC game. Back and forth, hard fought. And
here to begin the second half of play, Kobe Stewart will inbound. He had a great game in the first half. He averages 14 a game. He had 12 points in the opening half of play, but his backcourt teammate, Corey Mincy, labored in the first half, only 2 points. He averages a team-leading 15 points per game. So the Blue Hose have the ball first to begin half number 2.
Stewart had the big week, first week in conference play. Averaged 14.5 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, and he's pretty much having to carry him tonight.
Caleb Scott draws the contact of the foul. Foul is on Braylon Garcia of Upstate, and that's his first.
Scott is a 6'8" senior forward transfer from Georgia State, but this is a guy who's had to step up and be the in the paint or inside presence for PC when Pierce went down for the season. From the free throw line, he is shooting only 46% from the line. This has been one of his weaknesses.
Misses the first free throw. Yeah, Quentin Farrell, the head coach of PC, said before the game, Scott, good low post scorer. The team likes to establish him early in games. Strong, athletic kid, creates well in the post. Solid rebounder for this team. Like you said, Dick, struggling from the free throw line, makes the second. That's his first point of the game.
Here comes pressure, full court pressure now by PC to slow the Spartans' offense down and make them use some of that shot clock getting it up the court.
How does Upstate respond here in the second half? Up by 5 at the break, up by 4 now. Shot for 3, misses by Atkins. Rebound here by the Blue Hose.
Nice set play run by the Spartans that time.
Look out. Mr. Dean crashing into our table. Looks like he's okay. I was there to take the charge, Dick.
I was there to get the loose ball. As we can see right here, they're coming right at us. You took the charge. I was going to take the ball and run.
I was in perfect legal guarding position. That's now 11 turnovers on Presbyterian.
And who says basketball's not a contact sport?
Harris, nice pass to Garcia, lays it in.
Nice dribble and dish right there for the easy 2. And again, that's 2 more points in the paint for the Spartans.
Garcia in double figures now with 10 points.
I like sitting at this level, looking at the faces of the players and the intensity and the looks on their face as you can see the game starting to heat up.
Stewart from the wing, rims out. Offensive rebound, Scott. He got fouled. Again, a foul on Garcia. That's his second, and Scott will go to the line and shoot two.
Again, Scott's starting to step up here in the second half, though, and do the little things for his team. They're needing somebody to get on that offensive glass, and he's the guy who's accepted the challenge.
Scott last year, 33 games, 30 starts for the Blue Hose. Like Dick said, transfer from Georgia State in the Sun Belt Conference, played in 54 games in 2 years.
He leads PC in rebounding with 5.6 rebounds a game. He got the membership kick that time. The ball got the friendly hop and went in for him.
6'8 senior from Raleigh knocks down the first one. One more coming here for Caleb Scott. And he goes 2 for 2.
So he's picking it up a little bit. 3 out of 4 on the night. Here comes the full court pressure now by PC. Spartans spread the floor in their 5-out offense. A lot of motion, a lot of cuts, trying to get to the ball. PC playing good pressure defense.
Shot clock at 7. Dean, nice backdoor pass to
Nice pass.
Gregory. Count the basket and a foul. What a pass by Mr. Dean.
Great backdoor cut pass. He led this guy cutting to the basket like a quarterback does. You can see him get the ball. He knows when the man's coming, leads him. He gets the pass, takes it, puts it in, and has a chance for the old-fashioned and one right now.
How in the world did he thread the needle that beautifully? It's such a tough pass to make, but he made it. Gregory on the finish. Gregory completes the three-point play. Double figures now in points with 10. Upstate in the lead by 7.
And here comes the Spartans with full court pressure now, trying to use up some of the clock and force the quick shots by PC.
Here's Mincy against Dean. Had the ball poked away. Scott gets it for the Blue Hose and drops it in.
And I think PC's found something now. They found another weapon in getting the ball inside to Scott.
First field goal made by Scott.
Scott shoots 57% from field goals this year, so that's a nice man to get in. There's another one going in strong. Good block then. Way to stay with it.
Draws the contact and the foul.
Again, nice pass then. Backdoor cut by Dean. Very seldom do you ever see him get a shot blocked, one of his shots blocked, but to his credit, he got the offensive rebound, went back up again, and he'll go the line to shoot 2 now.
So here's Mr. Dean. Had a pretty good game on Saturday in the loss against Winthrop. 17 points, had 3 steals in the game. He's averaging 15 points per game this year. He had 4 points in the first half. Give him the free throw there. Dean plays at Sunrise. He played high school ball at Sunrise Christian Academy, averaged 17 points per game there. Before that, also attended South Dade High School in Florida. 6'6" freshman from Miami.
He's a 55% free throw shooter, but knocks both of these down, and he has been getting his free throw shooting percentage up. It was lower than that the last time I saw him play. Good pressure by the Spartans.
The lob and the slam by Peterson.
He looked up on that when we talked before the game about the rims being a little loose to see if he may have knocked it down when he dunked that one.
So Presbyterian breaks the full court pressure. Here comes Gregory here for Upstate. Dean, power dribble into the lane. No, rebound skied for by Peterson for the Blue Hose. Down 5. They were down 5 at the break. Mincy, he thought about a long 3.
He can make those.
Shakes off Book, fires up a 3, way short. Out of bounds, back to Upstate. Both teams are shooting 51% for the game overall. Upstate 30% from 3. The Blue Hose 40% from 3. Now some full court pressure put on by PC.
Again, this game is getting very physical. If it was not already physical, it is getting physical now.
Harris draws the double team and almost a turnover. It's out of bounds, stays with Upstate.
That's where the Spartans have got to communicate. You got to let the man know somebody's coming from behind on that, though. And that was almost lack of communication, almost resulted in a turnover for the Spartans.
Here's Johnson. Skinner had it poked away, stays with Upstate. 11 to shoot.
Again, the Spartans still have got 11 seconds where they can still run their offense and get up a quick shot here.
Gregory draws the double, 5 to shoot, needs help. Skinner lost it, stolen by Mincy, racing down the floor, and he scores. Lead is down to 3. Book. Position inside. Whips it over to Johnson. Open 3. Down the hatch it goes. A
Chico.
3 by Johnson.
Chico with the 3-point shot.
They're going to review to see if it was a 3 or a 2. Looked like a 3.
Jalen Peterson from Stone Mountain, Georgia, that finished that jam all for the PC Blue Hose. And that's a young man whose roles really increased, too, with the injured player that they lost for the season.
Here's Corey Mincy. Again, he's had to labor for every shot he's taken, every basket he's made. 4 points in the game, 2 in the first half, and now 2 in the second half. Backdoor pass. Stewart lays it in.
Again, PC's getting the ball to their playmakers here in the second half.
Book looking for the backdoor pass twice, nothing there. Shot clock at 10. Atkins needs help. He finds Skinner. Gregory with 5 to shoot. That's a long 3, and he misses a short rebound. Mincy has it for PC. Out of the pack, he comes with it. Here's Stewart. Inside pass to Peterson. Reach-in foul called on Andrew McConnell for Upstate is first.
Yeah, PC doing a good job of being patient on offense right now, trying to get the ball into the paint to their cutters going to the basket. Mr. Dean checks back in for the Spartans.
Peterson got fouled by Book. So it's a Presbyterian team that lost by 2 at Gardner-Webb on Saturday, 63-61. Coach Farrell of PC said his team did a good job of playing defense, but said his team offensively just couldn't really get in a rhythm. It averages 76 points a game. It only scored 61 offensively in the game against Gardner-Webb on Saturday afternoon. Lost by 2, 63-61. Peterson, the fadeaway, missing. Rebound by Dean for Upstate.
And Spartans did a good job of keeping them out of rhythm in the first half of this game, but they are starting to find some rhythm here in the second half.
They're doubling Gregory every time he gets the ball. Slips it inside to Dean. Lays it in.
Anytime the Spartans are setting a pick, that's when they're coming with a double team and are trying to take the ball away where they can't execute. The Spartans can't execute the pick and roll when they do that.
Good two-man game by Gregory and Dean. A 6-point lead for Upstate here in the first half on Upstate's home court. And a near steal, but Stewart got it back, lost it again, out of bounds off of Upstate with 8 to shoot.
Good aggressive play on defense in by the Spartans. PC, what they're trying to do is isolate some of their playmakers one-on-one. That time they tried to get the ball into Stewart on the isolation. They've been trying to get the ball to Scott on isolations, and this is a guy that I think they're going to try to keep the ball in his hands too.
Stewart, shot clock 3, beats the buzzer, misses the shot. Rebound by Upstate. Gregory inside. Dean has it. Hangs in the air and scores. And the foul and a chance at a three-point play.
Again, great job by Mr. Dean of running the floor, getting the loose ball. And anytime, as you can see, he gets it, picks it up in the paint. goes up strong. Anytime he gets the ball in the paint inside that 5-foot area, he's going to put it up strong. That's why he goes to the line as many times. He's attempted, coming into tonight's game, he's attempted 78 free throws so far this year.
A good score for this team. Coaching staff says they would like to see him improve his defense and rebounding a little bit here and there. But he makes the three-point play. Comes off the bench tonight and has 11 points.
And again, that's the hardest thing for a star high school player to go to college when they're used to carrying the scoring load to be able to have to step up and play defense that's expected of them.
Mincy, that's a deep three. Rebound Dean for Upstate.
Mr. Dean trying to take this game over right now on both ends of the floor.
Harris slips it into Book. Immediately double teamed and finds Harris. Harris needs help. 8 to shoot. Atkins steps into a three. Rebound Mincy for PC. Finds Harvey. Steps into a three. Got it. His third three of the game. He has 12 points, and the lead is down to 6.
Harvey, a transfer from UNC Wilmington, having a big game tonight for PC. Has not been called on too many times, but when he has, he's knocked the threes down.
Johnson. His three is off the mark. Rebound Scott over the back foul on Book for Upstate. That's his first.
And the fouls are starting to mount up for the Spartans now. I think that's like the 5th team foul. Fourth team foul on the Spartans there.
No, you're right the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, again, you don't want to put PC in the bonus here early because, again, they're a good free throw shooting team.
Mincy, Stewart, Wilson, Peterson, and Harvey, the 5 of the floor for the Blue Hose.
That's a matchup right there, Stewart and Mr. Dean. They're doing a little talking back and forth to each other.
Harvey off the mark of the three. Rebound skied for by Johnson. He's been active on both ends of the floor here tonight. Harris left all alone. Hits a three. Britt Harris, his second basket. He has 5 points, his first three of the night.
Good job of pushing it down the floor. Everybody, the defense all ran past him, left him wide open. And again, taking the shot there, Mr. Dean with the steal.
Steal by Dean. Stumbles down the court, gets it back. Inside Johnson, outside Harris. Oh, nice pump fake. Goes inside. Reverse, no. Ricochets around and taken away by the Blue Hose. Out of bounds to Presbyterian. We get a timeout on the court. 11:32 to go in the game from Spartanburg. It's Upstate in the lead by 9, 56-47 here on ES. Upstate was up 5 at the break. It now leads by 9, 56-47. Dick, your thoughts on the first 8.5 minutes here at the second half?
Well, the Spartans were able to hold off a run. PC made a run, got it back down within a possession of possibly tying or taking the lead, but the Spartans had bounced back and held off that run and had built the lead back up again.
Stewart inside, outside Harvey. High arcing three. One and done trip for PC. Here comes Upstate.
Spartans now have 4 players in double figures, so they are spreading the wealth to a lot of different players now. Mr. Dean is in double figures. He's come on here in the second half.
He's doubled right now, puts it up anyway, and he scores, and he's fouled, and a chance for 3.
Mr. Dean is a scoring machine. He finds a way to put the biscuit in the basket. You can see him inside, a lot of contact, but just sticks with it and puts it up, giving it a chance. I mean, the worst-case scenario then, he was hoping to at least get a foul out of it, but he's got a chance for the old-fashioned and one right here.
Fouls on Jalen Peterson. That's his first at the line. Dean, and he completes the three-point play. Give him 14 points on the night. Upstate, 8 of 10 of the line, and Upstate has its biggest lead of the night of 12.
Let's see how PC responds now that Upstate's on a run of their own now after they were able to cut the lead down to one possession game.
Mincy rims out the three. Fight for the rebound. Saved by PC, but into the hands of Upstate. Numbers for the Spartans. Dean finds Johnson. Open three. No. Whoa! Put back slam by Dean, and he's fouled.
You got to be kidding. Again, I will say it. I'll bring the biscuit. He will.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people like Geico because it's just easy. Bundling, for example. You've got car insurance here and home insurance here. Why not?
After the hammer slam, putback jam by Dean, it's PC ball, down 14, Upstate's biggest lead of the night.
The injured player was Kobe Stewart. Hopefully he'll be okay because he is a big-time player for the Presbyterian Blue Hose.
Five to shoot. Harvey with three. Lost it. Got it back. Has to put it up. Rejected by Dean and taken away.
Time.
Here he comes up the floor. Up the
boom! You bring the biscuit.
Slam.
He'll bring the jam. Mr. Dean again.
18 points for Mr. Dean.
Mr. Dean putting on a show tonight.
Steal by Dean, but threw it away. And Peterson slams it in.
Mr. Dean's slow getting up right now. Let's see.
And do we have a timeout?
I think it's a... Wow, here comes Mr. Dean. Full speed. We know what's coming. It's thunder time. Wow, his foot actually touched the backboard. I've never seen that before where his foot swung around and touched the backboard on that dunk.
His feet were above his head.
Wow. I'm glad he didn't let go of that rim or he'd ended up on his head.
Upstate lead is 14. We're past the midway point here, the second half of play. Here's Garcia. 7 to shoot. Atkins. Garcia with 5. Needs to do something. Puts it up. Out of bounds, and it goes back to PC. Coach Marty Richter is begging for an over-the-back foul call. Doesn't get it.
And on top of that, too, number 14, Peterson was the one that knocked it out of bounds. It looked exactly like it went off of Peterson's hand. He's still upset with the official. His official's grinning right now.
Scott calling for it. Gets it. Works against the double team, and he lost it. Turnover PC. It's 15th. Good steal by Harris for Upstate.
Good job by Harris doubling down on the post player and knocked the ball away.
Here's Atkins. Finds Garcia. Now in the hands of Gregory. 10 to shoot. Gregory. Now with 6 to go. Harris, step back 3. Rims out on him. Rebound Parrish to the weak side for Presbyterian.
PC looking to attack on offense.
Here's the shot by Parrish. Rims out. Offensive rebound by Peterson. Score the basket and a foul. And a chance at a three-point play and a timeout of the court. Free throw coming up when we come back. 7:58 to go in the ball game tonight. Upstate in the lead by 12 here on. And a couple of monster jams in the second half to really get his team fired up. But here at the line for one shot, Jalen Peterson made a basket inside before the timeout, trying to complete the three-point play, and he does. 9 points for Peterson. PC making its free throws, 7 of 9 in the game. Lead is 11 here for Upstate.
Again, this is crunch time. The last 8 minutes of the game, this is when you really need to make every possession count. This is where the game the Spartans had last time they played against Winthrop. Got away in the last 7 minutes.
3 to shoot, taken away by PC. Right, Dick? 7.5 minutes to go. Presbyterian down 11. Time is a factor. Where does it go to get points?
Again, I'm still waiting to see Mincy step up and do something because he's a player, much better player than he has shown tonight. And on cue, he takes a shot and nails it right there. We'll see if that gets him going.
Makes the mid-range jumper. And Coach Farrell says he's a big-time player for this team. No holes in his game. Quiet scoring-wise. He has 6. Comes in averaging 15 a game to lead the team. Upstate has made him work for every shot he's made and shot he's taken as well. 10 to shoot for Upstate. Dean, that's a 3. Rebound, skied for by Mincy. Over the back foul called on Book for Upstate, his 3rd of the game.
And that's going to put PC shooting a bonus here right now with a 1-and-1. Mr. Dean is only a 21% three-point shooter coming in the game tonight. He's only hit 3 out of 14 on the season, so that's not one of his strong points.
So Mincy at the line for a 1-and-1. Good free throw shooter, 81% this year. Last year, Mincy made the Big South all-freshman team. Had a good game against Gardner-Webb on the road on Saturday. 11 points, 5 assists. Makes the free throw there. Coach Farrell said before the game, he's an explosive scorer. He can get hot in a hurry. Good speed, good quickness. But he says his best attribute is his on-ball defense. Calls him the head of the snake, if you will.
Again, I had a chance to see him play against South Carolina earlier this year, and he had 25 points, and South Carolina couldn't stop him. This is a big possession right here for the Spartans because PC's gone on a run. PC's playing zone right now.
Harris rims out the 3. Garcia, the offensive rebound, goes up strong and lays it in.
Nice putback. PC changed it up and showed zone for the first time tonight.
9-point deficit here for Presbyterian out of Clinton, South Carolina. Here's Mincy driving inside. Shot rejected into the hands of Scott. He misses it. Rebound Mincy. Shot for 3.
Man. Scott was
oh, my goodness.
Who'd they call a foul on?
They call it on Garcia.
Garcia was in a headlock down there. He did a heck of a job of blocking out. You can see right here the shot. Look at it right inside there. He is over his back. That looked like Wrestle-Rama going on right down there. Now, Scott is not a really good free throw shooter. He is shooting subpar. He is a 46% free throw shooter, and he's 3 out of 4 tonight. But
misses that one. Rebound Upstate, and a loose ball foul called, I believe, on Scott. Nope. Yes, it is on Scott. That's his 4th. Yeah, that looked like a textbook blackout to me, but they called a foul on Garcia.
That looked like WCW to me in there. The paint is no place for the weary. Here comes full court pressure right now. A little 2-1-2. Full court pressure by PC. Here comes the trap.
Gets it over to Atkins. Atkins, Gregory, Harris, Dean, and Garcia. The 5 of the floor, clad in the home white. Gregory, Harris finds Dean on the baseline. 8 to shoot. Dean goes to the fadeaway, doesn't get the roll. Rebound offensively by Atkins, and a shot clock reset to 20.
Again, every possession is a big possession going down the stretch right now. Spartans looking for the pick and roll. It's not there. Mr. Dean inside.
On the baseline, puts it in. 20 points for Mr. Dean. His career high is 25 this year. 20 points off the bench for Upstate and Mr. Dean. Mincy the lob. Scott has it. Tough shot. Rolls out somehow, and he's fouled. He'll head to the line and shoot 2.
And again, that may not be a bad foul right there because a Scott is a sub 50% free throw shooter then. I think I would almost rather him make them, if I'm the Spartans, make them from the line and make them from close in the paint. You can see he gets the ball down inside here. Just a good foul then. It goes up, and it rolls out.
So 2 shots for Caleb Scott, 6'8" senior from Raleigh, North Carolina. First one is good. Presbyterian 10 of 13 at the line in the game. Here's Quentin Farrell, head coach of Presbyterian, coaching in his alma mater, now in his 6th season in Clinton, South Carolina.
Excellent coach. He's one of my favorite coaches in the Big South.
Yeah, enjoyed
He's
talking
a nice
to him.
guy, too. Very nice guy.
Yeah, enjoyed talking to him before the game this week. Cuts it to within single digits, 67-58. Just under 5 minutes to go. Reach-in foul called on Mincy. That's his 3rd of the game.
And that's going to put the Spartans, I think, in the bonus, shooting 1-1 now. This becomes big. You got to make the free throws going down the stretch here in the last 5 minutes if you want to hang on to the lead.
So both teams will be shooting the rest of the way from here on out. 19 fouls on Upstate, 7 on Presbyterian. At the line, Carmody Gregory, 68% free throw shooter.
Brock, I'm old school, but I'm looking at here right now, and I can't get over how many of these guys are not wearing high-top tennis shoes. that will.
Yeah, back in our day, it was high tops or at the very least 3/4 tops.
Yeah,
Here
it's just to protect your ankles.
Yeah, it's not the high top era anymore. Mincy, mid-range jumper. No, he's really struggled getting in a groove tonight offensively. But his teammate gets the offensive rebound, and the shot clock reset to 20. Now it's inside at 10.
Mincy's got that scoring mentality where I don't think it's going to stop him from shooting. It's just because it's not going down.
They find Harvey, 3 to shoot, puts up a 3. Down it goes, a 3 by Harvey, his 4th 3 of the night.
He's been an X factor for PC tonight, coming up with the big 3 when they need one.
2-possession game. It's down to a 6-point lead for Upstate, inside 4 minutes to go.
17 on the shot clock now. USC Upstate going to run some clock and execute their offense.
Atkins, Gregory, 5 to shoot. Has to make something happen. Skips it over to Harris, who steps out of bounds. Unforced turnover by Upstate. Gives the ball back to Presbyterian. Time out of the court. 3:30 to go in Spartanburg. We go down to the wire. Upstate in the lead at home by Tires. Ride on our strength. All right, 3:30 to go. Upstate had been up by as many as 16 points in the second half. It's now a 6-point game. Upstate in front. PC is in the backcourt with possession. What's it going to take for PC to try and come back and win the game, Dick?
They need to get the ball to their playmakers. Stewart's been a little bit quiet here lately. He's got the ball going strong to the basket. Nice block by Mr. Dean. And then goes over, offers it to help him up. It's Stewart does not accept his help.
16 to shoot. PC will inbound underneath the basket.
Nice block. Goes over to help him up and did not want it.
Here's Stewart. That's a 2. Rebound offensively by Scott. He misses the bunny. Got it back. Puts it up, and he draws the contact of the foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Fouls on Mr. Dean, his 3rd of the game.
Again, Scott was like a bull in the paint that time there, that he kept getting it going up, missed the easy shots. But you can see right here, battling on the glass, he just knocked one Spartan player completely out of the way, gets it, goes up again, and he's either going to make it or get fouled. He was not going to be denied. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, he's 5 for 7 at the line, 71%. Now make it 6 of 8. Only 46% coming into tonight, but defying the odds here, especially in the second half tonight.
Again, would like to see what his percentage is in the last 5 minutes of the game. Takes his time.
Comes up way short of the second one. Rebound by Atkins here for Upstate. Upstate by 5, exactly 3 minutes to go. And a turnover by Gregory. Out of bounds. Turnover number 10 on the Spartans.
The Spartans are self-destructing right now. They just need to take a deep breath, calm down. Again, this is going to be a big defensive series right here for Upstate. They need to get a stop right here.
Both teams coming off losses on Saturday. Upstate trying to snap a 4-game losing skid. Mincy trying to create. Shot clock inside of 10. Mincy weaving his way through traffic, missing the shot. Out of bounds, off of Upstate. Stays with Presbyterian, but only 2.1 seconds to go on the timer.
Again, good penetration move then. Spartans did a good job of not fouling him. But we got two. You can see right here, loose ball getting on the floor. 2.1 on the shot clock. This has got plenty of time to catch it and shoot it, but you don't have time to dribble. Mr. Dean.
And here's Peterson, puts it up and misses. Rebound by Garcia for Upstate. Here's Harris.
All right, they're going to use a little clock right here. Going to make sure they get a good shot. At the worst case scenario, they're in the bonus. Draw a foul, try to go the line here with a 1-and-1. But let's get something good out of this possession right here if you're Coach Marty Richter.
5 to shoot. Ricochets around. Turnover Upstate. Here comes PC. Numbers for the Blue Hose. The alley-oop lob is broken up and a foul called on Upstate. And Kobe Stewart will head to the line and shoot 2. Fouls on Chico Johnson of USC Upstate.
You can see the ball went up there. It was up. You know, that's pretty much like with the defensive back in football. If the ball's in the air, both guys are entitled to go up for it. But Stewart got the foul, and they're in the double bonus anyway, so it's 2 shots regardless.
Stewart, 6'7" in height, fifth-year senior. Coach Farrell says he's 6'7", but he has natural guard skills. He's more of a team-oriented guy, but Coach Farrell has challenged him to be more aggressive and with his shot-taking here of late. He has his 15th point of the game. He had a great game in the loss on Saturday at Gardner-Webb, 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 steals as well.
And he's a 76% free throw shooter and knocks both of those down. And we're down to a 1-possession game now.
Yeah, Upstate had been up 16 in the second half. Now its lead is 3. With 100 seconds remaining in the game.
And Brock Spartans have been playing down this stretch not to lose rather than to win.
Atkins, his
big
3 is
shot.
good.
Wow. Huge shot then.
Now it's Harvey. His 3 spins out. Rebound Atkins has it for Upstate. And a loose ball foul called, I believe, on Scott here for PC.
And you can see right there, that's not good. The 2 players from PC, that Scott and Stewart are arguing with each other right now. I don't know who the foul was called on.
It was called on Scott, and
that's his 5th.
He's fouled out of the game.
They had a big disagreement on something on that. Maybe it was who was supposed to have gone out to cover the 3-point shooter, but right now, Atkins will be going to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1, where he is a 66% free throw shooter. He's 17 out of 26 on the season. Deep breath and down good.
6 points now for Atkins. Hit a big 3 a moment ago to end a 3-minute scoring drought here for Upstate. Now makes the first free throw. The second one.
Don't foul him.
1 of 2. 3-possession lead here for Upstate. Minute 15 to go. Mincy forces one up and taken away by Upstate. Numbers for Upstate. It's Harris going down the lane, and he got fouled by Harvey. And Harris will shoot 2.
Again, 2-on-1 break. Harris drew the foul then. I think Mr. Dean was hoping he was going to throw the alley-oop. He was trailing the play. But you got a 2-shot foul right now. Spartans just have got to make the free throws. This is big right now. You're in position to win the game. If you're them, you got to do the little things and finish the deal.
So here's Brett Harris at the line. This young man took a nasty spill in a game against South Carolina last month. He went up for a breakaway jam and got hung up on the rim. It came down on the back of his head and pretty much knocked him out. They had to get a stretcher. He was out for a couple of games due to the concussion protocol, but he's back. But Dick, he took a nasty spill last month.
And he's a 92% free throw shooter, the guy you want at the line at the end, and he knocks both of them down. And the Spartans have weathered the storm temporarily right here.
Up by 9 with 1 minute exactly to go in the game. Stewart driving, missing, fouled. He'll shoot 2.
And again, Stewart's been the real deal. The guy we said to keep your eye on here tonight, though. Again, he wanted the ball with the game on the line and takes it strong in the basket, and he will shoot 2 shots.
Stewart out of Augusta, Georgia, 6'7", fifth-year senior. Averaging 14 a game. He has 16 so far tonight.
And we mentioned that he is closing in on 1,000 career points. Had 946 going into tonight's ball game. Misses the first free throw. And he's a 76% free throw shooter. Misses both of them.
0 for 2 on that trip. Critical free throws missed by Stewart and Presbyterian. Here's Dean. Back of the game, strong move, and draws the contact, scored, and a foul, and a chance at a three-point play.
When he goes in the paint, he is going to find a way to get that shot off that he's not going to be denied. He's either going to get, you can see him here, goes to the basket strong, in traffic, puts it up. He's either going to get fouled or he's going to make the shot, or in this case, he's going to get a chance to do both.
22 points for Mr. Dean, 18 in the second half of play. He has shown up to play in the second half, completes the three-point play, 23 points, 19 in the second half for Dean. He's 2 away from tying his career high for points in the game, which is 25. 40 seconds to go. Upstate starting to pull away, in the lead by 12. Harvey puts it at 3.
This guy's had ice in his veins.
That's his 5th 3 of the game for Harvey. 18 points in the game for Harvey. Timeout, Presbyterian.
No experience at the Division I level by any players on the team. PC coming with full court pressure now. Let's see if they'll go for the steal or go foul quick. Spartans trying to keep the ball moving.
Here's Harris and beats the 10-second count. Reach-in foul called on Stewart for Presbyterian. And that's his 3rd foul of the game. Free throws coming up here for Upstate.
And again, that should be double bonus now. 10 fouls on PC. You got the right man on the line. Harris is a 92% free throw shooter. The 6'4" junior guard from Gary, Indiana, will go to the line to try to ice this game.
Harris at the line, transfer from Division II Grand Valley State in Michigan. First free throw is good. Excellent free throw shooter for the season, as Dick said. Upstate making its free throws tonight. 13 of 18, not too shabby here in this game tonight.
So the Spartans now have the 10-point lead, 27.2 to go. And miss one.
1 of 2
and
for Harris.
Offensive rebound by the Spartans.
Ricochets around, and Harris gets it back. About a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Upstate, 15 seconds away from victory. Harris inside. He weaves his way through traffic, comes back out. Looks like he'll take an intentional shot clock violation. And that's an intentional shot clock violation. Turnover on Upstate. It goes back to PC, but it's going to be too little, too late.
And a 92% free throw shooter, he wasn't giving that ball up to anybody. He was going to keep it. If they were going to foul, he was going to be the one to go back to the line.
4.4 to go. Here is Mincy. He just leaves the ball on the floor. And that is it. And USC Upstate snaps its 4-game losing skid with a 77-67 win over rival Presbyterian here in Spartanburg,